What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the 11th episode of Hell's Newsletter. I think this is.
Yeah.
It's 11. Yeah, we made it to the end of the month of April. Holy shit!
Why do we keep doing this bit?
questioning the thing, or being surprised that we actually made it
Yeah, we always start the episode off like this.
by questioning the episode number?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, that's not a bit. I actually cannot fucking remember it. I wish it was a bit. I consistently forget and have to guess. I'm getting better with it. But at the beginning of the year, you'll notice now my guessing's more accurate. Like I'm usually 10, 11, I think. But at the beginning of the year, I was guessing that this was I was guessing that we were on the 8th episode. We were on the 3rd.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, my guessing is getting a bit more accurate. Soon enough, I'll just have it down to a point where I can just be like, welcome back, and we're on the 11th episode and shit like that. Soon enough. But yes, it is. I believe this. Yeah, this is going up on April 30th. But yes.
Yep.
Hello, welcome to the end of the month of April.
Yeah, we made it somehow.
Surprisingly, and I haven't seen any other explosive news stories since the Will Smith incident.
Yeah.
And by explosive, I don't mean in a certain area. I mean worldwide kind of blow up.
Yeah.
So, we're good on that front. It's been about a month, I think, right?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, it's been a little over a month. There's been nothing else that kind of blew up worldwide, so we're making progress.
Yeah. I got an update on the James Webb telescope, by the way.
Ooh.
It's firing up its mirrors at its cameras at the moment. The first picture should come back during the summer.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, cool story. That something I learned about that machine is going to be able to look at the edge of the universe.
Honestly, that's terrifying, but I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's honest to God horrifying, but I'm all for it. So we're going to be able to see, because it goes by light years, right? So we're going to be able to see millions of years in the past.
Oh, millions.
Correct?
I think billions.
Billions, yeah, that's the proper word.
Try 13 billion years in the past.
Oh shit, that's going to be horrifying.
Yeah. We have a picture of that. We have the oldest known picture. It's taken by the Hubble telescope. I'll send you the picture later so you can put it up. But
yeah, if you're listening to this on Spotify, head over to the YouTube channel and it'll be there.
Or you could just look it up.
Also true.
It's a very famous picture, but it shows a bunch of galaxies, and I think it's taken 500 million years before the Big Bang, or somewhere around that ballpark. Close,
fair.
But not.
So yeah, it was right before the Big Bang happened.
Well, no. Right.
Or
after.
right after. Sorry.
After, yeah. And I say right after, but that's 500 million years.
Yeah, it's shit happened.
But in space time, that's nothing. It's literally nothing. So yeah, but so nothing to you. How's your last 15 days been, huh?
They've been weird. I have a new job. I'm starting tomorrow.
Oh, there it is.
So yeah, I'm starting tomorrow. Believe it or not.
So I guess.
What?
So I guess this is the end of the interview series. You got a job.
It is. It is the end of the interview series. Believe it or not, this is the funniest thing to me. So I've been doing this for the last 4 months, quite literally since we restarted the podcast. I started this back in late December, and it's been going till now. And this is the funniest thing to me. I applied to this place 2 months ago. They didn't reach out till last week.
Oh my god. And then now they're like, hey, yeah, we'll hire you.
Yeah, well, the only reason I said yes is because they're a great company. So, for those who want to know, it's called Sports Basement. You will not have heard of it unless you live in the Bay Area because they are a local company. But if you know the company REI, they're basically the same shit. Okay. For those who don't know what REI is, it's basically kind of an outdoor hiking, just all outdoors stuff, all sports, outdoors, adventures, camping, and all that shit.
So it's like a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Essentially, yeah. It's a bit more it's just a bit more kind of. I don't know what the word is, but yeah,
probably less urbanized.
It's less urbanized. It's also more of a community company because corporate actually works with you in the stores.
Right.
They're housed in the store. When I went in for my interview, the general manager of the entire company happened to be there.
Right. Okay.
That was just chilling out there, like helping out and
Yeah, it was
stuff. And
good.
yeah, like dead ass. I was like, all right, that's a shocker.
Yeah.
Like, what is the general manager doing in a fucking store?
Yeah, no, it's okay, cause I used to the old restaurant that I used to work at, the barbecue one.
Yeah.
Um, he would never tell us, but my manager's dad was the owner. Bro, he'd just walk in the back door. Like we'd be in the middle of a rush, I'd just turn around and I'd just see
The owner of
a
the
big
company's there.
Arabian man just sitting there with his arms crossed, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, sir?
Who the fuck are you? How'd you get back
How
here?
When did you show?" As I try to sweep the floor, the dirty floors right now in the middle of a rush.
I would have been like so lost if like just someone appeared back there and I'd never seen them. I'd be like, who the fuck are you and how did you get back here?
Yeah. You know what's funny? I've actually seen another manager who's like the district manager, sorta, right?
Yeah.
And the owner himself, also while working at my new job. They've
Jesus
both come in the store.
Christ.
Or I've met the owner at the there's a restaurant food store basically, so it's like bulk stuff for like
Yeah, basically, it's basically
say
Costco.
we need like yeah, so it's different though because everything is like more restaurant product, right?
So
So
Costco
it's
business type deal then.
yeah, it's like a Costco business thing, but it's like the size of a Walgreens.
Oh shit. All
There's
right.
there's just a lot of stuff in there.
So it's all
Yeah.
food stuff then.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
But I often see him there because I'm usually the guy that goes out, and if we run out of something, we need it like now, you know.
Yeah, so it's like send the quickest person.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Fair.
but yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I'll be starting at Sports Basement tomorrow. I believe 9-hour shift for my first day. So this will be fun.
Yummy.
I don't mind. Honestly, it seems like a great company. Pay is
Yeah.
kind of iffy for what I was trying to get, but I don't really care. Because, I mean, if I'm having a good time, I can work as much as I want.
Right. Yeah.
And we're back. Sorry, at a minor technical difficulty.
Good.
But yeah. I guess one thing that I just found actually this morning that was really interesting was about the Trevor Project. Essentially, this is like, if you don't know what the Trevor Project is, by the way, it's a whole charity designed to help people who are LGBTQ+. But yeah, they set up like a new anonymous chat function thing online if like you need counseling and so on. And essentially, like if you press escape 3 times, it'll quick close out the tab and clear your browsing history of it, so that like parents won't be able to like see it or find out. And I mean, for anyone, because I did see people responding to this saying, how is this a good thing if parents don't know? For anyone who has that same viewpoint, A, you're an idiot. B, I'd like to explain why you're an idiot. There was one tweet I saw about this, which was specifically like, this person had said, because at 13, my parents said that they would rather have a dead kid than a gay one. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's that serious. Especially like I live like I'll tell you right now. I live in the South.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about.
You're
when
in
this
Florida,
happened.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it's bad. Here.
Yeah, like the Don't Say Gay
like,
bill.
Okay. I was about to say that happened.
There's the trans rights abortion rights in Texas.
Yeah.
Sorry, not trans.
And we started a ban on it, by the way, for I think for a certain amount of days. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Great.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is spreading, in throughout the states, actually.
Yeah, it's not fun. And also, before anybody jumps in here and just decides to disagree with us, first of all, you're more than welcome to disagree. But if I'm not allowed to tell you what you can do with your body, you are not allowed to tell anyone else what they can do with theirs. And before you go on and say it's a baby and it's not their body, it's not. It's a clump of cells. That thing doesn't have a conscience until like way later in the pregnancy.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it takes 6 months for it to develop a conscience.
Yeah.
And even then, it still barely fucking thinks.
Yeah.
Like, it's not aware of its existence until...
To be honest with you, it's kind of ridiculous that that's a debate.
It is ridiculous. It's like, the thing is not even aware it exists until literally years after it's born sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, my earliest fucking memory, I like, even when I was 3, I couldn't remember being a baby. My earliest
I think
memory of existing, I was 3 years old. That's it.
I think my earliest memory I was 3.5 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was literally like I mean, all it is it's a flash. I'm
That's it, yeah.
we're yeah, it's just a flash. Like
Like,
we just moved. It was like a year and a half after I moved to Atlanta, right? Because when I was born in Atlanta, but we moved back to New York
gotcha.
for family reasons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I stayed there for a year and a half and then moved back, right? So it's been a year since I've been there, pretty much, year 2 years, and the only thing I remember is I'm sitting in my grandmother's lap at like this old place that my mom used to work, and the only thing I remember from that workplace is that she used to cater there, and she'd always used to give me free moon pies. It's the only thing I remember.
That's fair. The only ones I got 2 memories from around 3 to 5 years old, and one was back in, I want to say first grade. Was just a class moment, and then the other one's just like, was just me walking down the fucking block. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
memories are a bit random for me, but it's like, most children, I'm not saying all, because I do know there's some people who have memories from, like, being an actual, like, baby. But, like, I guarantee you no one fucking remembers, like, being alive in the fucking womb. And I mean, if someone does, it's like less than 1% of people.
Yeah, no.
I guarantee you these babies ain't fucking, like, thinking, even if they have a conscience already.
No, because your brain isn't even developed enough for you to hold memories like that.
Yeah, because
Right? Be able to even.
You develop a conscience, I believe, like 6 to 7 months. I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me on it. But I believe that's when you're able to develop a conscience, but you can't remember it because half of your brain is still developing.
Yeah, that and the fact of you. Okay, sure, you may be conscious and your brain may be like sending waves out. That doesn't mean that like you're thinking.
Yeah, you're
At
you're
that
not
age,
because
no,
you're
you
not
don't know how
because
to think yet.
yeah, because people act like as soon as a baby's out, it's like, oh, it's just fully human. Like, no, my
No,
brain isn't even
no.
done developed. I'm 20 years old. The brain
Exactly.
doesn't finish developing until you're like 23, 24.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like on average. Like sometimes it happens earlier, sometimes it happens way fucking later. So like, hell, our brains are not developed yet. We're not 23, we're not 24, so we're still not even done.
Yeah.
But
Oh
like,
God.
yeah,
I'm
right?
almost 19. I'm almost 19. Jesus Christ.
I'm turning
Birthday's
21 in a month. This is
Birthday's
terrifying.
in like a month and a week, bro.
Oh god. I forgot how close our birthdays were.
I can't remember the day of your birthday. I won't lie to you.
I'm not gonna lie, well, I'm in the same boat.
I know. It's in May, right?
Yep.
Is it in the 20s?
I'm gonna let you take a guess. Yours is in June, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You wanna just each take a guess here?
All right. 3, 2, 1. The 25th.
Alright, you said 25th. I'm gonna go with the 11th.
You're wrong.
Fuck! You are also wrong. Who got closer? What's yours?
Mine's the 7th.
Okay, you got you got closer by 3 days, May 28th.
Oh, it's the 28th.
I got 4 days off. Damn it.
Oh. Wow.
Good friendship, guys.
Yeah, good friendship. We can't even remember our own fucking birthdays, you know.
Listen, we're doing better because at least we remember we exist now. We've told the story before, but Oof and I forgot each other existed. Well, didn't forget, but like it's like an ADHD out of sight, out of mind thing. So,
you know, it's funny. It's funny you say that, but like, to be fair, right now, the only thing we have been doing is this podcast.
That's true. That is true. Like, I guarantee you, he and I would be in an out of sight, out of mind thing again. Because I mean, just like, this is the funniest thing when you have a friendship with people with ADHD, is like. For example, like Anna, back from the 15th of January podcast. If you haven't seen that one, it was a great podcast. Go check it out. But she also has ADHD, and it's a fucking thing where it's like she and I have gone like weeks without talking. There was a time where we went like 2 years, just never said a fucking word to each other, just kind of followed each other on social media, and that was it. And then one day, like, I messaged her on Twitter, and like, we've been talking for like over a year now, and it's like, all right.
There we go. Yeah.
It's it's all good. It's the funniest thing about having friendships with ADHD people is because it's like,
oh yeah,
like you could go 3 straight years without talking, and then you could just like someone could message someone one day, and it's like, hey, what's up, man? How you been?
Yep. Yeah. That's how it is with my friend Alex. Her like, talk ever. Like we've literally been friends since 6th grade.
Fair, yeah, but and it's like you talk like every couple months type of deal, or like every other year.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's about it. I think it's funny because like we've spent a lot of time together. I bought her. She's very much into Xenoblade, right?
Xenoblade. That
So
sounds familiar.
right off the whim, right?
Yeah.
I had a little money lying around, and I bought her the Xenoblade Pro controller. It's like $130.
Holy shit!
I don't like. See, that was like a dumb move, but I don't regret it.
I mean,
it was like
hey,
a super dumb purchase that I did on my birthday, but I don't regret it.
hey, you can always pull dumb moves, but like, if shit works out, it works out.
You know?
But yeah, that's fucking great.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but what was your first conscious thought?
My first conscious thought.
When did you realize that you had consciousness? Like you were like, oh, I can talk in here.
What do you mean? Like just in life?
Yeah. When was like the earliest time that you can remember of you like actually like having like your first moment of like, hey, I have a conscious. There's something in my brain, right? Do you not you don't get it?
I do. Okay.
So I remember it very faintly.
This is a little weird for me. I'm not gonna lay out the disorders that I have because I'd like to keep my mental health private. However, there are a couple disorders that I might have. Some have been diagnosed. Some I need to get diagnosed. That can affect conscience for me.
Right.
So it's a little weird because and just like the normal kind of voice in your head thing that you can make talk. That I remember. I want to say I was about maybe 5 years old on Easter. Is like the earliest memory I have of it, where I was just like painting an egg, and I remember like thinking in my head, like just listening to my head, just put a color here, like that sort of thing, which was really fucking weird. But there was that, and then another one I have was I believe I was 16. I was either 15 or 16. I can't remember which, but it was like I didn't feel alone, and it kind of felt like there was another like persona inside, not like another persona, but like another being just in my brain.
Yeah.
And I still feel that. I felt that for the last like 4 to 5 years of my life. It's a constant thing for me now ever since I discovered it. But yeah. So either one of those. Pick your take, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you?
I would say, well, the first time I could I realized it and actually like talked to myself. I was like taking a test in like 1st grade, and I was like,
fair.
I was like, no, there's no way that is the answer, and that's like what I said in my head. I was like, that's not the answer, dumb little me, and I was like, wait, where did I wait? I could talk. I could talk.
Yeah.
I could talk with people hearing me. What?
Yeah, no, I swear to God, if anyone ever says that they have not done that during a test, you're a fucking liar.
Bro,
I did
me
that in my
taking- it's so
college
funny.
test last month, dude. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God, dude,
it was a multiple
it's
choice
so-
thing, and I remember I was sat there for 3 minutes just, but what if this, that, no, that's not right. And the whole room's dead silent. I'm just talking with this voice in my head.
I get this whole bro. Me taking tests is so funny, especially like math tests, because I'm like, no, you added the wrong fucking number, you bozo. And I'm just sitting there like getting heated, but on the outside I have a complete straight face, and I'm just taking a test.
Dude, I've done that during tests, games. It's so fucking weird. It's like that thing where like you just act completely calm, but on the inside you're either like you're like fucking losing your shit. Like, for those who've watched SpongeBob, I hope most people our age have, or older. But for that one, like, remember the brain episode where like he's existing and then in his brain shit is going to hell, it's burning to the ground. That's essentially what that feeling is like. Except not panic. It's like you're just on the outside you're calm, and the inside of your brain it's like I'm gonna burn this bitch to the ground.
Literally.
That's fucking great.
Speaking of which, we've been going for a while already. How long is we into this episode? Because we
Let's
still have
check.
2 more things to talk about, right?
We're only 22 minutes in.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure.
No, we got 40 minutes left. We good. But yes. And we're back. Sorry, got interrupted. I love how my dad just comes in here. My family just like comes in here, and they don't question half the shit I do anymore. They've become so desensitized to content creation. They're just like, what the fuck?
My dad has finally become the same thing. He'll literally come home and just see me with a VR headset, like flailing my arms because I'm playing like Beat Saber or something. Just walks in the room. I just hear him, like through my headphones, and I hear him go, "Hey, son," and I'm like, "Oh, hey,
Hey,
what's going on?"
But no, it's like the funniest thing because in my time doing cosplay vlogs and all this shit, like years ago, my parents used to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And now it's like it's just to such a funnier extent. Like the interruption just now, my dad walked in to ask if I was going to class tonight. I am, but like he just opened the door, not a fucking word. Like because like I just looked over like this. I can't see him. I'm in a VR headset and all that. So all he sees is just like me sitting here in a VR headset, like waving my arms around, and I look stupid as shit in real life.
Especially like using the pass-through mode to like talk to them, to like talk to parents and stuff. Oh, it's the funniest thing.
It's hilarious, but yeah, he like walked in and he was just like, "You going to class?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then just like a whole bunch of other shit, and then he walked out. Not a word about me being in VR.
No, okay. I think it does help that I am in college for game development, I guess.
Yes, that's true. But yeah, it's always interesting. I think one of the best moments was when I started vlogging at one point, the TwitchCon vlog specifically, and the Chicago vlog. My parents just listened to me do the intros to both of those vlogs because the Chicago vlog, I was in my kitchen. My parents were in the other room just listening to me. And in the TwitchCon vlog, I was literally in the car with my dad as he was driving me to the airport at like 5 in the morning.
Let's go. Let's go.
That was great.
God, I feel so rusty playing like VR chat. You know, it's funny. I have like, again, I've told you this. I've said this before. I have a lot of hours. Like, not like I'm an absurd amount of hours, like VR chat wise, but they were done all within like 2 months, 3 months, something like
Yeah,
that.
I can attest to this. When he first got VR, holy fuck.
I was in VR chat like every day. I would even do it like work. I figured out a way that I could literally. I hope my uncle does not listen to this podcast. Jesus Christ! But
Why would he judge you for that?
Found a way. Well, I was on the clock for his.
internship. Oh shit!
So, sorry, uncle, if you are
just doing his work in VR chat.
I would sit in a room like this, right? Like with a mirror in the background. And there's like a little desk area I had, right?
Yeah.
I would move my monitor in place in the menu, right? So it would be in view like it's a monitor, and I'd literally just click. Because my mic was just in front of me, so I'd be like, click. Thank you for calling blah blah blah. How may I help you?
Yeah, dude, fuck it. I mean, that's like one fun thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Before VR actually like started kicking up my motion sickness a bit more, and like all that, I used to do my work in here too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, there's just such a vibe about some of the worlds here, because like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I once edited a video and I was just sitting in a fucking treehouse.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking vibe.
Yeah, I told you I've slept in VR before, bro. It's just
That's
weird.
You
By the
technically
way,
could say I have.
dude, that's weird.
That's also fair.
Waking up is the weirdest part because you wake up and you're like, you don't realize where you are, so you just wake up and your head's really heavy, and you're just like, oh,
oh no, I
what
know.
room is? Oh,
I'm in
and like your
VR.
controllers are still in your hand, and you're like, oh,
Oh no, I've done that.
good
Not like
morning.
willingly falling asleep, but
Yeah.
I think this happened with you and Maz, right?
Did it?
Were you playing golf with us
Oh
and I
yeah,
fainted?
when you fainted in VR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
here's
we
a bit
talked
of
about this before.
yeah. Here's a bit more context for those who missed that episode. What happened was we were playing this VR golf game. I think it was like VR Cloudlands Golf.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like my controllers were bugging out a little bit, and I was getting very enraged. Because like I would like just be stroking out like left and fucking right because I could barely get it to work, and I was already enraged as shit. Right now, it doesn't help that VR had given me a headache, and on top of that, I was getting motion sick from all of like the quick paced movements.
Yep.
So I remember distinctly one of the funniest things is I re-listened to the recording, and one of the last things you hear me scream is just like I hit the ball wrong, and I just
can't.
screamed out. Yeah, I was like, I can't do this. And then out of nowhere,
then-
just in the recording, you just hear my body thump to the floor.
I literally, the thing is I just saw his headset on the ground. We thought he just quit. We thought he just rage quit.
They thought like because they were a distance away from me at the time, and I think we were using in-game audio, were we? Right?
Yeah, and I heard it.
We're using in-game
I
audio.
don't have the footage anymore, but I heard it. You can
might.
literally hear it in the background. Maz definitely does. I think he made a video on it.
Fair, but yeah, like, well, I mean, if he made a video on it, he probably deleted the footage by now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so like exactly what happened was like they just come back, and in the recording you can hear, at least on mine, you can hear them being like, "Did he just put his shit down and walk away?" And meanwhile, like in real time, I'm like just on the floor, slumped over, like just out. I am like I'm past the
just
fuck
wakes
out.
up. He wakes up, stand up, and he's like, "Hey," we're just like, "Hey, welcome back, buddy." And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, welcome back. I just fainted." And we're just like, "What?"
Yeah, no, because it's the funniest thing. Because I was out for maybe 10, 15 minutes, I think, only. So it wasn't like I was gone for hours, which that very well could have happened. But I wake up after like 10 to 15 minutes, and like I open my eyes and I'm in like this golf world, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? And I hear Oof and Maz, and I'm just like, ah. So like I leaned up, and I'm like half leaned against my desk in bed. I'm like, all right, I'm just not gonna move quick. Everything's fine. And they're like, hey, welcome back, man. How was your rage? And I'm like, dude, I just woke up on the floor. What?
Like, what?
I was like, yeah, dude, I passed the fuck out, I'm pretty sure. That was great.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was terrible, but it was funny as fuck. Like looking back on it.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh, and stay tuned for that, by the way, because I didn't know this. Number one, I didn't know this, but Golf It has a VR mode.
Oh god, y'all want to see me faint again? Let's do this, boys.
Number one. Number two, Golf with your friends in VR, I think is also in development.
If y'all want to see me faint out of rage again, let me know.
Oh god, that's gonna be a fucking trip. Now we have to do it. So okay, if we don't get those games working, those games working, we'll just go back to Cloudlands.
Yeah, we'll go back to Cloudlands. If y'all want to see me faint in VR again, oh boy, here we go.
Oh boy.
But yeah, you want to move on into what you were wanted to talk about? Because let me see our time.
So
yeah, we're on 30 minutes. So we could rotate into that.
okay, so I got something to talk about, right? And I think it's just because it's a dying sport and not a lot of people care about it anymore, right? It's not that popular of a sport anymore.
It's not as popular as it used to be.
Yeah, but there's a driver named Denny Hamlin, right?
This is F1, by the way.
This is not F1. This is
not F1. NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Yeah. So I wanted to give context to what we were talking about first.
Yeah, there's a NASCAR driver named Denny Hamlin, right? He has Twitter, right? He posts funny stuff on there, right? So I followed him, right? But the other day, he decided to make quite the tweet after the Talladega race.
Shit was fucked up.
That happened that weekend. I believe it was the day after. But he said, the first tweet that he tweeted was, I leave this with no comment, right? And if you ever seen Family Guy, you would know of the bit of
the Asian driver bit, where it's like,
the stereotypical
I turn now,
Asian...
everybody, or I turn now. Good luck, everybody else. Before anybody calls me out on that shit, I'm quoting it. Do not call me a racist.
Yeah.
Like the stereotype's obviously not true. It's just that was the Family Guy joke.
However, he took this a step further, and when she turned right and crashed into all the cars, not only did he label the driver as a driver named Kyle Larson, he also showed footage of what he quotes on Kyle Larson basically wrecking the field and sending someone into the wall.
Did he hit them?
Literally him? It was no. It appeared. I think so. I think that's what happened.
It was like a minor collision, but someone lost control.
And then someone lost control. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will say, in Denny's defense, Kyle Larson does have a history of like wrecking at it's called restrictor plate tracks. It's Talladega and Daytona.
I mean, even then though, it's like
but
at high speeds with like hundreds of other drivers. What are you gonna expect? Like, there's going to be accidents.
Well, you see, the problem with this is that he's part Asian. I can't remember what I believe it's Japanese, but don't quote me on that. But he is from Asian.
What's his name again?
Kyle Larson. Now I have talked about. I don't think I've talked about this driver before, but you may have heard of this name before. Back in 2020, on a Twitch stream of iRacing, like a NASCAR officially stream, he dropped the hard R on the stream and got suspended indefinitely by NASCAR, like immediately, right? He lost all of his sponsors. Even now, his car isn't sponsored. It's his owner. It's one of his owner's websites that's giving him a sponsor, pretty much. Which is fair. It's what he deserves, right? I think it's a rightful punishment. However, Denny Hamlin, would you like to hear the punishment NASCAR has issued? This is something I didn't tell you before when I was telling about this story. Would you like to know the punishment that Denny Hamlin received?
Yes.
Desensitized training.
That's fucking stupid.
No suspension, nothing. And I find that quite peculiar, because it sounds like NASCAR is saying that that his comment is not as significant as that comment. Like, it sounds like they're trying to downplay that tweet.
Yeah, that's dumb as shit. Also, I couldn't find any information on what
I could probably
Asian descent it is.
I could probably find it.
That's fair. But yeah, no, that's fucked up if that's like the only thing he gets for that. Because like
that's all NASCAR's given him.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Because like I've seen people do less than that and get in so much more trouble. Yeah. Take Colin Kaepernick, for example.
Yeah.
Dude sat down during a pledge. Kneeled down during a pledge. And that dude got like banned for the rest of the season, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't get banned. His team cut him.
Oh, I wasn't even aware of that. I thought he just got...
No, the reason why people keep calling Colin Kaepernick's name, right, is because he kneeled during the national anthem, and I believe the 49ers cut him after that. And then now no team will ever won't sign him, right?
That's bullshit.
He's pretty much still a free agent to this day. He showed up to many camps, and
I'm gonna say this right now.
showing the fact that he can throw, right?
Yeah.
But no teams trust it.
Yeah, because they don't want the controversy.
Yeah, they also don't want the fact that, hey, Colin Kaepernick is on my team, right?
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna say this right now. Fuck the pledge. It's a song. If you're gonna get that butthurt over it, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
Like hell.
So okay.
I don't stand up for it. I don't care enough.
Yeah.
I don't care enough.
Yeah. So by the way, just to bring this back around, Kyle Larson's mother is Asian American.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
What was the other dude's name?
Yeah, good move. Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin. I was about to call him Derek.
Okay, and then his apology tweet was terrible.
Didn't he like blow it off instead of apologize?
He said it was a poor choice of memes, and I saw how it was offensive. It came across totally wrong.
It didn't come across wrong. You're just a cunt.
Yeah, like he sounds like, oh, I'm sorry. I see how this could be offensive and can hurt my reputation now. Sorry.
Bro apologizes
that's
like
what that
YouTube
sounds
influencers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even say what he said after.
What did he say after?
He said he replied to this tweet, this now deleted tweet.
This is the part I was unaware of.
Mention this. He replied to it, and he said, like, it was 30 minutes after, and he said, "Let me say this: I tweet because A, it's funny as shit, and B, we are friends." Which
that doesn't excuse shit.
They have been friends, but still,
it doesn't
you don't make a racial remark to your friends.
Yeah, no, that doesn't excuse shit. Like, I'm not like, okay, if it's not fucking obvious, Oof and I are not the same race, but but like, I'm not gonna like go on Twitter or just go anywhere. I'm not even gonna do this in like a private matter, and I'm not gonna make like a racial joke against him. Fuck?
No.
Like, will we punk each other for just existing sometimes? Yes, but we're not going to like go out of our way and be like, you're white. Like, no, the fuck?
Yeah, no. He then went on to say, and C, yes, I'm aware I wrecked him at Atlanta because people were striking back that Denny Hamlin dumped him at the last Atlanta race, which is true. He did.
Fair.
So he said, oh, and yes, I'm aware I wrecked him at Atlanta. Lighten up, people. Have a laugh and enjoy the day.
What a cunt.
And that was the last thing that he said before the tweet was deleted and he released his apology.
What a cunt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I will never understand when people use oh, well, I'm friends with blank to like excuse being racist or homophobic or anything.
Yeah, that's not that's not an excuse.
It's not. It's like the fuck. That's the equivalent of like half the people out there being like, oh, well, I'm like, my friend's African American, which means I could say the N-word. It's like, no, it doesn't.
I was about to say it would be like Lucy's literally saying, oh, just because I'm white, I could say, just because I'm white and I have a black friend, I can say the N-word. No,
yeah, it's like,
no, that's not how this works.
That's the equivalent of me saying like, hey, Oof and I are best friends. That means like, no, I'm white.
To be clarified, I'm never claiming that Lucy has never said the N-word. All right.
I have not. Yeah, like if you're gonna shoot at me for it, you're shooting at the wrong person.
That, all right.
But
never.
I've never said it, and I never will. But like when it comes down to it, it's like I can't do that because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who the fuck I know. I am a white person. I look like paper. Look at a fucking photo of me. If I said it, it's a hate crime. Pretty simple.
It was said best. It was said best on I can't remember what news station it was, but it was an interview, right? There was a white woman that wasn't really that was in the middle.
Oh yeah, the older lady, right?
Guy. There was the Caucasian guy, and then the older black gentleman, right?
Yeah, it was the older white lady, right? Who was talking about it?
No, it was the dude. It was the dude, and he was like, it's like I just don't understand. Like in these rap songs, like they say it so much, and I don't understand that by the tone of my skin, how I can't say it. And they said, what the black guy said, he was like, okay, say it.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead.
remember that. Yeah, he's like, I don't understand why I can't say it.
Go ahead.
Then say it. Then
Go ahead.
Go on.
And he was obviously the guy was like, obviously, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. No.
Yeah, like he chickened out because he knew he was gonna get his ass beat for it.
Then say it. Go ahead.
And I mean,
Please.
I think I think one of the best ways I've ever seen it put, and I just blanked on the fucking quote. I'm an idiot. I'm really good at this. What was it?
I've done that too. It's okay. You got it?
No, it's gone. But like, yeah, it's like, I will tell you the main reason why no one other than African people could say it is this: no one else experienced the hate from that word. No one else experienced slavery from like that type of word and pretty much stuff like that. Like, it's not to say that other people haven't experienced slavery. I'm well aware they have.
Yeah.
But no one in this country, like no one in the American country, experienced slavery at the hands of that word. There were other ones, yes, but that word was specifically against one specific race of people to dehumanize them, to take away their names, it was a replacement for everything they were, just to refer to them as a collective. It was basically replacing their humanity.
Yeah, and I feel like now, the reason why like people say it so much, right? It's really honestly, it's too desensitized the word, right?
That's the goal,
so, like,
of it, because it's like
when someone like racist and comes up and calls me that, which I've had it happen. I mean, I play Rainbow Six Siege. I play Valorant. It's
honestly, yeah, it's
right.
Unfortunately, slurs are rampant in games.
Yeah, if you have me added on Ubisoft, you know what my profile picture is. So I
feel like I should be concerned about what it is, but all right.
It's me. It's the picture. You know the stare emote that I have? It's that picture.
Okay.
But people have been like
they just see it and their immediate one-off is just like,
excuse me, it is not that. It was not as beautiful as that. Their one for like the most question I get is like, so this is Oof. Why are you black? Like, what? How am I?
What do you mean? Why am I black?
Why? How am I supposed to answer? I just don't. I don't even. I just mute them. Report them for voice abuse. Move on.
Why are you black?
Thank you for your report the next day. I'm like, what? Well, how do I answer that question?
Why are you black? I don't know. Look at my fucking ancestry. The fuck do you mean?
My dad, who's black, and my mom had a little fun time, and I was born.
Yeah, literally. That's the equivalent of asking, like, why am I white? I don't know, because both my fucking parents were.
See, like, this happened. This happened right here.
Yeah.
Listen, don't demonetize us.
Yeah, no, please. We're not even monetized anyways. But but yeah, it's like the equivalent. It's asking, like, why are you this? It's like, I don't know, because two people had sex 20 years ago and here I am. Fuck do you want?
Pretty much. I was the sperm that won. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was an accident. I wasn't supposed to be here.
I'm sorry. Like
two people cheated on each other and I was the product of one of them.
Huh? That was an accident. It's okay. I got told by my mother I was an accident. I had no restraint when she said that. I was like, damn.
That's fucked up shit. I learned the hard way.
Nah, she just straight up told me. She was like, listen, I had antibiotics one day and he decided not to wrap it that day, and here you are.
Good morning.
Like, well, I guess that's fair. You know,
here I am. Yeah.
You know what, Mom? I respect her for the fact that she had the balls to tell me. Right?
I'm not gonna lie. I respect her for it too.
Name a parent that would tell their kid their accident.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I'll tell you right now. My parents, like, I love them. They tried to sugarcoat it for me. Like, they tried to sugarcoat it for me. And to put it bluntly, essentially what happened, my birth parents ever hear this, they're probably going to be a little bit hurt about it, but, I mean, it's the truth. But, like, essentially what had happened was my birth mother and her husband got into, like, a fight. Both of them ended up going to cheat off each other. My birth mother got pregnant with the dude she cheated with. And the other guy, I don't know if anything happened there with the one that the husband cheated with, but I was the product of that, and they ended up getting back together, or like they not back together, like they ended up just kind of like forgetting about the cheating, kind of getting back with each other because they had other kids. I have half sisters, I think 4 of them. But yeah, essentially what happened was that happened, and then in order to get back together, her husband was like, "I'm not taking care of another man's kid. That baby has got to go." So I was yeeted into the adoption system, and here I
Well,
am.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I think it worked out.
Yeah. I mean,
Worked out,
fuck
right?
it.
Still here, right?
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised I am, but
Yeah.
fuck it.
Telling me.
Yeah. So, by the way, on that topic, we're renaming the podcast to the Accident Podcast now.
Happy Little Accidents. That's the new.
Happy Little Accident
name.
Podcast.
Hell's Happy Little Accidents. There it is.
Yep, there we go. The new name.
That's kind of a good name.
I kind of is.
I kind of like it, but no.
If we ever decide to rebrand, we know what we got.
Hmm.
But, yeah. You want to move into the final thing now?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, this is about, I want to say, 10 days to a week old. Sorry, 10 days to 2 weeks old. So, about the time that the last podcast happened, I came across a news story from the San Francisco Police Department. And I have no doubt this is, like, not prevalent in other police stations across the country. But I just like to state, back in August 8th, I believe, the SFPD noticed that they had a weapon and some suppressors missing. A fully automatic weapon, by the way. And some suppressors missing from one of their like gun lockers, pretty much. Now, that's already concerning enough as is, right? But keep in mind, they waited 3 days till August 9th to report it to Internal Affairs. And if you don't know what Internal Affairs is, I'm going to be really surprised if you don't. But they're basically the people who investigate the police department when shit goes wrong. They don't really do their jobs that well either. What was that?
I didn't actually know that.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's not their only job, but that they're basically the ones who investigate the police.
Right. They're the ones that like make sure the police are still doing their job.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they're the ones who are supposed to stop the corrupt police, but I mean, as we all know, they really don't do their jobs that fucking well.
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment. No
I'm fully confident on this. Do your fucking
No
job
comment.
better, IA. You fucking idiots. Jesus Christ.
To all Florida state troopers. You know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Florida
That's all I
State
got to
Troopers.
say.
90%.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, 99% of the police departments in the country, you all know what the fuck I'm referring to. But, yeah. So, an investigation went on for a little while, and IA eventually traced the weapons back to a cop who had taken him home without, like, letting anyone know, just stole them, basically. So he took an automatic weapon and some suppressors.
You traced it?
IA.
Oh, you just said I.
Oh, sorry, I fucked up. But yes, no, I hunted down the guy myself. I'm just that good of a person. No. IA, Internal Affairs, did, like, trace back to him. They took the weapons away, and he was dismissed from the department. So the cop's been fired. Good. But
Okay,
I
good.
just like to state, that dude was let loose until this month, April. This was discovered back in August of last year. So he was let go for almost, like, 7 to 8 months.
That's
and
ridiculous.
only
with an
now-
automatic weapon. Like,
No.
like,
The
you
automatic
could've
weapon was
done-
taken away last year.
Okay.
Like, they got that back last year, and they dismissed him from the department. But
still, the
his
suppressors.
case,
Yeah.
they got those too.
Oh. Okay.
They got all that back. But, like, his like court case and everything took till now to actually start.
Yeah. That.
And they just
typically-
let him run loose for that time. They let him run loose
Yeah.
for that time, which is like the concerning part to me. Is like,
Unfortunately, that's how most cases work nowadays.
oh
Unfortunately.
no, I know
Like-
that and it's fucked up. But like the fact that someone who literally stole like a gun from a police department and easily could have
Yeah.
like committed another mass shooting or something, and they just let him loose for that long.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there at least should have been like some sort of like tracking bracelet on him or something like that, or at least like some
Yeah.
sort of house arrest or just like kept in a holding cell.
Yeah, something.
Because like this
something.
dude was just let go free for like 8 months until his court case started this month. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, that's a little concerning. The fact that they just kind of discovered he stole this shit, dismissed him from the department, basically like leaving him so that no one kept an eye on him, and just 8 months later, let's go check back in, bring him to court now. Let's see what's going on. It's like, you just let him go for 8 months?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
This reminds me of, and I'm not, by the way, before I say this, I'm not comparing these two cases. Right? I'm just saying they have similar traits in the way that the courts are treated it. Right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Alvin Kamara at the Pro Bowl. He's a football player, right?
Yeah.
For the Saints. He's running back. Very good. He holds the record for most touchdowns in a game at 6. So,
oh shit.
You know, he's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was caught on camera with him and his friends beating the absolute shit out of someone in an elevator and right outside of it. I mean, so bad to the point that his cornea, like his casing for his eye, was shattered.
Oh shit. That's like very difficult to recover from too.
Yeah, and
like that's almost impossible to recover from. It was when your cornea gets shattered.
Yeah, and I believe he was arrested for it, and his court case was originally, I believe, supposed to be either this month or next month, and it just got moved to August.
Are they letting him go free without like any supervision?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Showed up to
Christ.
workouts. Like, it's the same thing right now with the Deshaun Watson case. And I will say this, it's a little different because his Deshaun Watson is a quarterback who just signed with the Browns.
Yeah.
But he has been absent from the Texans because he got 22 counts of sexual assault, of accusations
22?
against him. Got 22 accusations of sexual assault, right? And they went through the court cases, and a jury found him with no federal charges, right?
Bruh.
So there's still there are civil cases that he still has to deal with, right? So, but in like a federal, I can't remember who did it, but a jury said that he will not get like big charges for it, essentially. But the civil cases stupid. are still ongoing, right?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
NFL, though. And I think what the NFL is doing right now, and the reason they haven't like given him a suspension, because he just got signed and is supposed to start this year, right? But the reason they haven't done a suspension yet is because they don't know what happened, right?
Yeah.
He could very well. He is this whole time. He has claimed himself innocent. He has been completely consistent with all of his information, right? He has always said that he's innocent, and proven to this point, it has been proven that. Yeah. At this point, again, still pending. Right, so we don't know yet.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like not going to be figured out till it's over.
Yeah, that's when the NFL will probably give him. They're probably going to. I would say 6 games. He's going to get 6 games or something like that.
Yeah,
and yeah,
that still fucked me. How like half the courts let shit go on this long.
See, but I find that interesting, right? He might get like 6 or 7 games, right?
Yeah,
but there is a player named Calvin Ridley that plays for the Falcons. And yes, I may be a little biased by saying this because I am a Falcons fan, right?
Yeah.
He got banned for this year entirely because he gambled on a game, right? Now that seems really bad at first, right?
That seems bad
like
at all.
Really bad. It seems like fixing.
Gambling?
No, because he bet on the Falcons and they won that game.
How is that a bad thing, though? How do you get banned for that?
So, okay, because they want to ensure that the NFL structure, like, there's no, like, accusations of him, like, rigging it. Because think about it.
Okay.
He wasn't playing. He took a breakaway for mental health, right? So he wasn't a part of the team at the time.
Okay.
He bet, and I think it was like a one-time bet of $1,200. And it was like the thing is though. It was like a basic bet. it wasn't like anything special. It was official. It was completely legal. It wasn't like it was like him handing his friend $1,000 and being like, "Yeah, I bet the Falcons will win tonight," right? No,
Yeah.
it was done on legal circumstances in Las Vegas, and he gets a year for it.
That's bullshit.
I don't know how I
agree.
feel about that. Like, and I hear all these reporters saying it's so bad because they have to keep the integrity of the game because the Falcons did win that game.
I'm gonna
Did
say
bet on the Falcons, but
I'm gonna say as like a
I don't
third
know,
party,
man.
as a third party who like doesn't watch football or anything, and I mean doesn't care a lot for sports. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
But like,
it's
see, the thing is,
if it was all legal and everything, it's like seriously.
yeah.
Like, I get if you like
And the
went
thing-
behind it and all is like and all that shit. Then I mean, then I could see why. But like, if it's all legal and everything, it's like the fuck's the point of that at that rate?
The thing I don't understand, right, is players like Ray Lewis and Adrian Peterson get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game suspensions for beating their wives and girlfriends.
Yeah, right. It's like you've got people like
But
that
he gets a
playing
year for
you.
betting on a game for doing a one-time legal bet.
Yeah, half of these places have their priorities so like ass backwards. It's like shit's stupid. Speaking of beating people, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case is currently going on.
Woo, man!
I gotta
that
say,
lawyer,
he's such a
that
fucking
lawyer,
idiot.
man.
Have you
oh
seen
my
the,
god, he is such a bozo.
Have you seen the
yes.
clip of him being
Yes.
like objecting to his own question?
He asked the question and hearsays it. Oh my god, what an absolute!
Was it true that at the time you didn't know what could have caused the damage to Mr. Depp's hand? Well, Dr. Kip, objection hearsay.
objection hearsay. Jesus Christ.
This guy's career's over.
I wonder how Amber feels about her lawyer right now. I wonder. I wonder
Dude,
what she thinks.
Honestly, I feel like the only reason she was able to hire this dude is because no one else would take the case.
Yeah.
Like,
they knew she was wrong.
Yeah.
They knew she was wrong. Like,
well, it's on top of that, like, and
thing.
also, I ain't gonna sit in, like, if I was a lawyer, I would never sit in to defend an abuser. You can get fucked.
Man.
Like, unless I work as a public defender.
The thing is, though, when you're being a lawyer, I've heard that you have to have the mindset of, like, you got to do your job. You know what I mean?
That's some fuck shit.
It's not the fact of like they're there to get paid or anything. No, it's the fact that they have to do their job.
That's some fuck shit.
It sounds terrible. It sounds terrible, but it's part of the profession, unfortunately. It's like the same thing. It's like the same thing, like you were saying earlier with public defendants. The people, like, think about the people who have to defend serial killers.
No, that's what I mean. Is like
think about that.
If I was a public defender, I'd understand like the whole thing of just do your job. But if you're a private lawyer,
you have to do your job. Yeah,
that's a fair point.
If someone pays you, right?
But I mean, if you're a private lawyer, I feel like you can pick and choose your cases.
You can and can't because it could also affect your reputation.
That's a fair point.
That's the only problem.
But yeah. This dude chose the wrong thing because his reputation is in the fucking gutter now.
Oh my god, it's so it's so bad.
It's because I think the funniest thing about him objecting to his own question, if you look in the side of the clip, you can just see Johnny and his lawyer just like cover their faces. Because they're just like, you can cover their faces because they're like trying to like keep their composure, and it's like, dude, if I was the jury in that courtroom or just anyone in that courtroom, I would have just died.
Disbelief. Straight disbelief.
I'd be in disbelief too, but I would have died of laughter as soon as he objected to his own question.
My favorite thing was a mega pint.
Oh yeah, a mega pint. What the fuck's a mega pint? Like,
what the fuck is a mega pint?
A pint is a pint. There's no mega pint. It's a pint, or it's whatever the next measurement is. Isn't it like gallons? Liter, gallons, something.
Whatever.
But yeah, it's like a mega pint, and it's like a mega pint's not. It's not a thing. Like,
It's not how that works, there, buddy.
Oh, then there's the. Did I read that right?
Yeah, did I read that right?
Yeah. Yes, you continue to read them right.
Sir, did you read that? Did I read that right? Did I hear correctly?
That's fucking hilarious to me. This dude is like reaching at fucking straws at this point.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
That lawyer's climbing the goddamn walls.
Well, Does that wrap up this episode?
I'm pretty sure we're just about at the end here. Yeah, we just crossed the hour mark.
It is.
But yeah, maybe, who knows? On May 15th, we actually are gonna have a special guest who's a VTuber. So stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah, this is the first time that we brung like a guest that we like personally. We just don't know. We don't know. We don't know
Yeah,
anything
like this
about.
is every other guest you've seen on this podcast is someone we've personally like, well, at least one of us personally known. This is a VTuber I actually rated on Twitch, literally about 2 weeks ago, and we're bringing her on for a podcast. So yeah, this is the first time we're actually maybe like able to get to know them a bit better on the podcast. This is the first time we just know almost nothing about them.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, as always, all of our links are down in the YouTube description below. If you're watching or if you're listening on Spotify or the Amazon device, all of our socials are pretty much Hell's Newsletter. If you're looking for TikTok or Twitter, it's Hell's Newsletter, no spaces. And if you're looking for our separate social medias, I'm LuciKOH and everything, and I believe yours is just This Is Oof with a 0 as the first O, right?
Yeah, pretty much everything. Don't follow my Instagram. It doesn't. There's nothing there.
That's fair. You can also forget my
I don't
Instagram. I don't post anymore.
Yeah.
I just at this point go and look at friends' posts. But
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, that's what I have it for. But yeah, aside from that, I think that's everything. You got anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, as always, we hope you all enjoy. Actually, I do have one more thing. I do know this is going up on the 30th, but soon, if you guys are an enjoyer of horror, I am starting a new series on my channel, which is playing horror games after dark with Lucy. I caused myself one of the worst paranoia episodes I've ever had last night by playing Until Dawn. So those videos will be coming out soon. Go check out my YouTube channel if you'd like to see videos like that. But
And you know what? I'm gonna call myself out. So now I have to make sure I do it. This is
right.
my way of making myself edit. On the 15th of this month, a Rainbow Six Siege video will be posted to my channel.
15th of May.
The 15th of May. If it's not up, everyone that sees this, just come yell at me. In Discord DMs, Twitch DM, everything. Just
I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
But yes, those will be up. It's gonna be a great time. And I've realized we forgot to do one more thing that we said we were going to do in this episode, which will be in May 15th, the May 15th podcast as well, which is hot sauce. Or whatever we decided.
Vinegar.
Vinegar, that was it. But yeah, as always, we hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be seeing you all on the 15th of May, where we will do vinegar shots and be interviewing a new VTuber. And yeah, as always, hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.
See ya.